Okay, 12 out of 13 channels. One of my YouTube channels is down, and it looks like they're probably gonna ignore the appeal, but it's no big deal. I got my cat is right here. Where's my foot? There's my foot. I got my kitty cat's laying down here, and kind of be cool. We could show that. Maybe. We could, maybe. Think about it. Maybe if I just turn this thing like this. No. Oh, that's good. There's the cat. Give you something else to see here. There we go. I like that.
Stephen running.
My feet underneath there, like my little toe warmer. Hey, Steve. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Let's refresh this. Yes, one person over there on the Rumble already. Let's see if those notifications went out. And they did. Okay. Fantastic. That makes me so happy. China's giving crypto the green light. Yes, we know that. That's good. But this is what's crazy, right? This is crazy. And you know what?
Billy Ballantyne. The deaths are from infants getting a hold of Delta 8 and spice. 0 deaths otherwise.
Close.
I googled, of course.
Close. But you're wrong. Okay? It says it in this article. And it's great. And I don't want to jump ahead. But you'll see, Billy. Stick around and you'll see where they're getting the deaths from. And it's not from infants getting a hold of Delta 8. But, hey, if you're talking about the fake stuff, I don't mind calling it weed, because it is weed. If it's fake, it's weed. And I don't mind that at all. That's the first time I've seen the word weed used properly in referring to something having to do with cannabis. Yeah, the fake garbage should be called weed. The poisonous crap that kills people should be called weed. The Orlando Sentinel almost has it right. You know, they're doing it for the wrong reasons, but it's true. That is correct. If it's fake, it's weed. If it's got a use, then it's cannabis.
Sup, love.
Hey, chuckles in the morning, bro. Not used to that. Never used to having a chuckles in the morning, bro. It's crazy. Are you still up from last night? Okay, so I want to read this. I don't need all of this. Get rid of this. I want to read this article to you, and like I told Billy, we're going to get to the part. Oh, we're going to get to the part where they're counting the deaths from, and boy, is it a good one. And Billy's going to be like this. No shit. And then Billy's going to be like, whatever. Fuck them. Just like me. But let me get to that. Let me get to that point. Let me read this to you. And let's start off with a couple things here, okay? 7:10. First of all, time to smoke. Right off the bat, we're going to smoke some cannabis. We're not going to smoke fake weed. We're going to smoke some cannabis. Those of you guys who like the show and like the rhetoric over the years, this is going to be one of your favorite shows, I promise you. You're going to want to bookmark this show and go back to it and watch it repeatedly. I promise you. I'm going to give you some content.
Chuck Diesel.
You're going to want to refer this to others.
I got rosin.
You're going to want to share this around. In fact, you can start sharing it now. Get people here early. Get them in on it. Get them in on the ground level. That's what I say. Let's start the base of the pyramid right now. Or the top, I should say the top of the pyramid, shouldn't I? No, the ground floor, that's the base of the pyramid. So you guys see my thumb? That's a real working blister right there. If you don't get those when you're wearing gloves, you ain't doing it right. You ain't working hard enough. That's how hard I work. Dude, I felt that thing I felt it under my glove. I was like, dude, that better not be a blister. I take the glove off, and it was already ripped. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I've got a blister, and it already ripped right through it, man. The skin was just hanging off.
Oh.
Yep. It was slightly painful, but look, I'm going to show you guys something. You're going to love this. So, this is triage oil. 97 to 98% coconut oil. 1% peppermint oil, 1% activated THC oil with heat. Very easy. Anybody can make it. I've got an open, painful wound. Okay, that's exposed skin. There's no skin there. You can see it, and it hurts. It stings a little. I'm going to take my triage oil. This is going to be the best demonstration we'll ever see of this stuff. And I'm going to put it right on the open wound. Look at that. Right on it. There's no question that oil is all inside that open wound.
Edwin
No question.
Sparks.
I'm going to rub it into
Damn,
it.
you got that with a glove on. That's when you know you're working hard.
Thank you, Edwin. Exactly.
Pink Floyd 091975. Hi all and cheers.
Hey, Pink Floyd. So I've gone ahead. Put the extra on my lips. I've gone ahead and I put the oil on my thumb. And you know what? It doesn't sting anymore. It doesn't hurt. This stuff can go internally. It can go into your skin. It's not going to hurt you. You know how many people... I've had friends. I've had girlfriends that were not confident enough with me to put that inside their body. And I'm like, let me do it. And you can see me do it. I put it on exposed flesh, whatever. Cuts, bleeding, wide open cut. I don't care. It makes the pain go away. It makes it feel more comfortable. So, you could choose to believe me and be in less pain, or you could sit there and be
Good day from
miserable.
Scotland. Billy
But
Valentine.
the answer is right there. It's right in front of you. It's
that
always
stuff is
been
disgusting.
right
They literally put sage and S on a plastic sheet and spray with a non-FDA approved supplement, which is not regulated. Saw the whole thing on Vice.
there. Wow.
What?
It's talking about fake weed. It's fucking crazy. All right, so we're gonna get into that, but let's do a bong rip first. Let's smoke some real cannabis, and then we'll talk about fake weed. All right. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, Jim, Bill, B, Pink, everyone that's on the Rumble sphere. I see you. Cheers.
Dude. Shut up and hit the bong. Red dub.
How can Chuckles sneak into Discord? We never hear him come in.
I am a very sneaky rat.
Oh.
666, Cindy 666. Long time no see.
Hi,
You look
Cindy.
good with short hair.
Thank you, Cindy. Hello. I love your name, 666 Cindy 666.
In the morning.
I'm all about the evil and the Satan.
B. D. Robin. Am a backdoor man.
I'll bet you are. That's what BD means. Backdoor Robin.
Oh, man.
Okay.
666, Cindy 666. Thank you. B. D. Robin. Song that from?
Many songs say that. All right. It's in more than one song. Let's read this article. People are dying from fake weed. From the Orlando Sentinel, which came originally from the South Florida Sun Sentinel, from an idiot named Cindy Krisher Goodman. I don't think that 666 Cindy is the same Cindy. It's spelled differently. Here goes the article. Outside the grocery store, farmers market, or outdoor festivals, solicitors carry clipboards and urge Floridians to sign their petitions. The multi-million movement pushes forward in Florida to allow voters to decide whether to make recreational use of marijuana legal in 2024. I'm just going to go ahead and read through this, and I'm just going to use the word marijuana.
No relation.
Because I'm fucking tired. I'm just tired of... I've already read this whole article and it's got me really angry. Behind the push are big players in the cannabis industry who already cater to the 788,297 people in Florida with medical marijuana cards. The multi-state cannabis operator TrueLeaf has been a major contributor. Thank you, TrueLeaf. Giving $5.5 million to the Smart and Safe Florida political committee spearheading the petition drive. You're not innocent in any of this, TrueLeaf. We understand, but thank you for the money anyway. We appreciate that, but we know that you're doing this just so you'll make yourselves bigger and badder. We know. Legalizing recreational marijuana is a high-stakes initiative that comes as Florida is poised to award cannabis-growing licenses to another 22 companies in April, adding to the 22 currently licensed operators. Florida is the largest medical marijuana market in the country, said Chris Rivera, Florida Regional President, Cresco Labs, a cannabis company that operates 23 Sunnyside stores in Florida. It's a really, really great market. We have fantastic quality products in every assortment mix you can imagine.
Yeah,
Fuck
Cresco's
you.
up here.
Hey, salesman, fuck you. Sell your fucking...
You said they're called Sunnyside? That's what they changed their name here from.
Yeah. With marijuana production in the state poised to ramp up further, researchers are studying the risks. So far, research shows fake weed has made its way into the state, sickening or killing
Pink Floyd
Floridians.
091975.
We're getting there, Billy.
Wow, dang, unbelievable.
No,
Just why?
no, this is the sentence that got me all riled up. Are you ready? Here it is. Sickening or killing Floridians. The real stuff, we're talking about cannabis. The real stuff, which has medical benefits, for some people has health risks too. It says, which has medical benefits for some people. Oh, it doesn't benefit everybody who uses it. It only works on some people. It's like oxygen. Oxygen only works on some people. Other people breathe it. It doesn't do anything. They just die. What do you mean for some people? I literally just put this in my open wound before I started reading your stupid misinformation article. That's full of lies and that's right, misinformation. It works on everybody. Anybody can get a blister. A 2-year-old can get a blister. If it works on me, it'll work on them, and it doesn't have a psychoactive effect to it. If you're rubbing it in like that. So what do you mean it only works for some people? Oh, I get it. Cindy, not you, 66 Cindy.
Thunder Diesel.
You, Cindy.
Morning.
Kurt Krischer, Goodman. You're not a Goodman. You're a Badman. And let me tell you what else you are. You're a liar. Okay, Cindy? You're a liar. You're lying. And you're lying in this article right here. You're a liar. You're a damn liar. You're a damn dirty, low-life, crawling on your belly liar. That's what you are. Hey, Scoob. Scoob, what's up, son? I'm getting some triage oil on my newspaper here. I'm ruining it.
Yeah, they were called Cure before they were called Sunnyside.
Let me get my glasses back, because I can't see a thing without my glasses. I'm going to read that sentence to you again so you can hear the hypocrisy behind it, and then we're going to go on.
Thunder Diesel. Not a lot, just got home from work.
The real stuff, which has medicinal benefits for some people, has health risks too. Now, they don't get to the health risks for like 10 more paragraphs, but they will get into that.
Thunder
And
Diesel.
that's what I want to read to you guys.
From Asterisk.
But I'm going to read you all the fluff in between there, okay? Here we go. Will recreational marijuana soon be legal? When Floridians vote for the next president in 2024, they also may have the chance to vote whether to legalize marijuana for recreational use. As of 2022, 21 states have already legalized the adult use of marijuana for recreational purposes. The Smart and Safe Florida initiative to get legalized recreational marijuana on the... And I'm so glad I'm saying the word marijuana to you guys so you can hear how often they say it and know that they're a fucking... that this Cindy bitch is a fucking racist cunt. Okay, you're a racist because you're using this word repeatedly in your shit article full of lies and racism. And you know what? I'm not going to say the word anymore because I'm sick of hearing myself say it. Recreational cannabis on the November 2024 ballot already passed its first hurdle, collecting enough signatures to get Florida Supreme Court to review the proposed constitutional amendment. If given the green light by the Supreme Court, it says Supreme Count. It should say court. The measure would still need hundreds of thousands more signatures to get onto the ballot. Proponents believe they will clear all hurdles. A survey released in February 2022 by the University of North Florida's Public Opinion Research Lab revealed 3 in 4 Floridians are ready to legalize pot. I'm going to go ahead and just say it. They're saying pot. The survey shows cannabis support for legalizing cannabis possession across every demographic, including party, age, sex, race, and education. Yeah, because everybody uses cannabis. You know, you're an idiot if you don't think it's for everybody of all ages. You're an idiot. I've got the proof right here in my fingers, and that makes you an idiot. Okay? Makes you an idiot. There's a lot of enthusiasm around it, said John Sullivan, Executive Vice President of Government Affairs for Cresco Labs. 60% of the voters have to approve it, so it's going to be about getting the word out. Okay, in 2014, Florida voters approved making medical cannabis legal. The last few years have seen particularly big increases in demand. The number of people with medical cannabis cards jumped from about 65,000 in 2018 to nearly 789,000 in 2023. So they're approaching 1 million people that they've ripped off, with fucking them demanding that you get permission from the state so you can smoke fucking cannabis. Suckers! If it gets approved for recreational use, we're going to see a massive change from today's numbers, says Cresco Labs Rivera. We're going from less than 1 million people that we are servicing to a population of 22 million people in Florida, plus visitors to the state. Estimates suggest 70 to 80 million people, in addition to people who live here, are going to now have access to cannabis. That potential, Rivera said, already has existing license holders looking to invest in expanding their groves and adding more dispensaries. You know, because it's a big business and everybody needs to make money. Oh, we got to make money, because we're greedy, and we all need the money. And that's what this is. It's one big business. We got to make money. Oh, we'll let you guys not suffer anymore because we're getting rich. Oh, we're going to make money. That's all this is. It's greed. Yeah. The cannabis industry was ruined years ago, and I witnessed it in California. I saw it happen. It used to, when I first moved here, this is crazy. Check this out. When I first moved to California about 12 years ago, I was amazed. It was like when Wizard of Oz turns into color. Yeah, and I got out of my car in San Diego to get gas, and this girl, she's getting gas, a little Honda, right next to me, getting gas, and I'm like, I'm from Florida, you know, so, you know, you don't make eye contact, and she was really hot. This girl was super hot, blonde, beautiful, I mean, you can't even imagine, and I look up, and she goes, and I'm like, whoa. And I would look like, dude, I'd been driving for hours. I had long hair. I was disgusting. And I realized it's a new world. It's different here. Things are different here. And then I got to my friend's house in San Diego, and he showed me the buds. And he was like, this is the crap bud. And I'm like, he's like, they're called tiny buds.
666.
It says TB on the,
Cindy 666.
like, dude, my eyes are like this. I'm like,
LOL.
What is that? He's like, well, this is the buds that they can't sell big, so they call them tiny buds, and you can like roll doobies with them, or, you know, it's easier to pack a bowl with, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what's the good stuff look like? And he goes, like that. And I go, whoa, dude, I've been smoking with this guy for years. You ready? I was smoking with Big Buds 210 for years. Like this, on camera. And I had no idea what he was dealing with, though. You can't smell it, you know? And I was like, yeah, your stuff is way better than anything I've ever. This is crazy, bro. This is insane. He's like, yeah, this is just some blah, blah, blah. He's like, we'll go to the dispensary, dude, and we'll get hooked up and we'll get some. And I was like, okay. Come to find out that, you know, everything was perfect. You go to the dispensaries, the cannabis was amazing. The prices were great. All the concentrates were there. You could get wax. You could get butter. And it was all great. You get anything you wanted, man. And I moved up north, you know, and I found a house and found dispensaries.
Pink Floyd 091975.
Same thing, man. It was.
I had to treat and heal my son's heart condition with cannabis.
Perfect and beautiful. That was the cannabis industry in California when I got there. My buddy Dino, he worked in a dispensary. I got right in there with my dog, my guitar, playing around. You know, it was great, man. I was like, I'm hanging out in a store that sells cannabis, smoking the cannabis there with the dude that works there, playing music with my dog. This is like I said, it was like when Wizard of Oz turned into color, bro. And the dispensaries were like that. And slowly the greed start creeping in, and people start coming in from out of town, and they start buying up shit. Laws changed. Eventually they passed that stupid Prop 64, I think it was Prop 64. And I remember campaigning against it and begging people, don't support this thing. It's the bastardization of the industry. And the reason I know is because I've just moved from Florida to California, and I'm telling you, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Microsoft Windows, I'm talking to you, Windows 11, you little engineers. I digress. California was perfect, and you don't buck it up, you know, by changing it. It was perfect, man. I was coming up to total strangers, man, in the street, and they were coming up to me and saying, try this, bro. And I'm like, whoa, what's that, man? He's like, that's Granddaddy Perps. I'm like, what's that? You know? Holy shit.
Tina Holler.
Hi, Tina.
I miss you owing cannabis. Learned so much. Hugh Bushes.
You know, if these, when I grew the stuff like I did in California.
Pink Floyd 091975.
I could do better here in Florida.
Nay, you're a wonderful person, Ty.
Because of the humidity, I bet I could do better. Bigger, better. More banging buds. I bet. I don't know. But I bet I could. I'm closer to the equator. And, you know, Florida's like Hawaii. Just imagine how lush and green everything is. So, they're trying to pass this, and it's still not going to allow people to grow their own cannabis. So that's a problem. But I don't want to digress too far in this article. Let's get to it, because we got to get to this part where it's all hypocrisy, man. They're going to talk about Billy Valentine. This is for you, bro, when we get to it. You're going to love how they tallied the deaths, bro. You're going to love... Oh,
Tina
my
Holler.
God.
Wish you would.
Okay. That potential, Rivera said, already has existing license holders looking to invest in expanding their groves and adding more dispensaries. As demand rises, so too does opportunity. You know? Throat punch. For the first time in 5 years, Florida state regulators said they will accept applications for up to 22 new medical cannabis licenses, doubling the size of the state's industry. Ooh, from 22 growers to 44. We're going to double it, Florida. Wow. You have 44 different growers that you'll be able to select from. Wow. Thanks for go fuck yourself. The state has allocated more funds for staffing for its Office of Medical Cannabis Use. You know, it's called Office of Medical Marijuana Use. To keep up with the growing demand for medical cannabis. That's
Morning trendy name.
That's the racist word marijuana too. Fuck. Hello, OG. In Florida, anyone who holds a license must control the product from creation to distribution to retail, where someone with a medical cannabis card can buy it. Unlike other states, there's no limit on how many retail locations one license holder can open. Companies now see opportunity, of course they do, to get a license and bet on the explosive growth of profits that legalized recreational use of cannabis can bring. The state will accept applications between April 24th and 28th. Look, I know some of you are going, nay, this is what you want all these years. This is what you've been asking for. We don't understand why you're so angry about this. Isn't this the baby steps towards what you want to do? Bro, Florida could have been doing exactly what California did when California was doing it. Don't give me the baby steps bullshit. They could have sent some people to California to go check it out from the government to see how it goes over there. And they could have come back over here and said, you know what, we're going to change it over here too. There's no reason people should be suffering. We've heard that this stuff really helps people that are in pain. It really helps people that are in pain. I don't feel this anymore, guys. I have an open wound. Okay, I have an open wound. It's a blister, and they're painful from yesterday. Okay, it's 1 day old. That is no skin on my thumb right there. Okay, and it hurts. And when I put my hand under warm water, it burns. It's taking a shower this morning was painful.
Tina Holler.
I said, as soon as I get out of the shower,
Legalization
bro.
for all.
And you know what? I forgot. I forgot. I was in pain all morning, ate breakfast, in pain all morning, got here to the desk. I was like, oh, there it is. Put it on in front of you. Guess what? You want to thumb fight me? Because I will win, even with that blister, because I don't even feel it. I mean, I ain't thumb fighting Chuckles, but anybody else? He left chat. Whatever. Psh. He probably had to do stuff like live his life. Psh. Psh. Back to this article. All right. Right, we haven't got to this part yet.
B. D. Robin. About Russia exiting the nuclear pact with America?
People see an opportunity to build an infrastructure with a license for medical cannabis and then capitalize on when recreational market opens, said Dustin Robinson, founding partner of Mr. Cannabis Law in Fort Lauderdale. I should call him. When that happens, Florida could be the largest market in the world. We should talk about how the business aspect of cannabis ruins the industry. The industry aspect of cannabis ruins the industry. You know? And people should go into this with a little bit more knowledge. Rule number one, everyone should be allowed to grow their own cannabis. You want to see competition? I should be able to grow my own right here and put it on the internet and show everybody how great it is. And so the dispensary down the street has to make sure they're keeping up with at least what I'm doing. Because they're not. They're not. Your shit sucks. Okay? My girlfriend went to another dispensary down the street. She brought it over here and it was straight garbage. Fuck your licenses. Fuck your legal, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It sucks. It burns black. It's not flushed properly. It burns my throat. Absolutely. I'm not ever going to smoke it again. And fuck you. I don't need a fucking license to know that my cannabis is way better than yours. And I know 100 other people whose cannabis is way better than yours too. Robinson said the application pool for
Tina Holler. Instead, they make crimes out of us.
I do not have the best cannabis on
Non-legal
earth.
state,
Oh,
WD.
no.
OG420 Jr. I bet you have the best cannabis on earth.
No, I don't.
Destiny LaPlante. Amen.
It's great.
OG420 Jr.
My friends won't smoke with me.
I would die to smoke your cannabis.
My friends won't fucking smoke with me. My flower. They'll take one hit and they're done. And I'm like, I just need to find, luckily my girlfriend can freaking hang, bro. My girlfriend can smoke everybody under the table. So, luckily, I got her, I do have somebody who, I can't even keep up with her.
Billy Ballantyne.
But all my other friends, man.
It's going to be
Nobody
OSS.
can hang.
Look what Florida did with cartoons. It took one cartoon character and obliterated the Everglades with concrete and crap roller coasters.
Robinson said the application pool for the 22 licenses already appears competitive. He expects at least 50 applicants, possibly even 100. There are a lot of people who want to get into the Florida markets, but it is expensive to get in. Wouldn't it be funny if I applied for and paid for one of those licenses just so I could grow a couple plants for myself in the backyard? Bro, you could be growing acres and acres. I know. I just want a couple of plants. The license is probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's probably like $250,000. Okay, look at the title of this one. Fake weed is everywhere. Fake weed is everywhere. Floridians are getting sick of even... My bad. I was going to say my sorries. I think I'm going to start saying that. My sorries. Floridians are getting sick and even dying from synthetic cannabis. You know, now they're going to call that stuff... that's the cannabis. The stuff that kills you. The stuff that kills you. The article refers to as cannabis. That's the stuff they call cannabis. Ha! Ah! You guys, whether that's intentional or not, you gotta see the hilarity behind that. That's just funny. Let's keep going, because we're getting into this. This is the part Billy Valentine and I were talking about. Fake weed is everywhere. Floridians are getting sick and even dying from synthetic cannabis, fake weed that has made its way into the state.
OG420 Jr. Oh wow, can't believe they refer to that as cannabis.
It can come in the form of solids or oils and contain unpredictable contaminants. Yeah, tell me about it. In December 2021, more than 50 people in the Tampa Bay area were hospitalized with severe bleeding after smoking synthetic cannabis products that may have been laced with rat poison.
What?
That was in December 2021 in Tampa. 50 people were hospitalized, severe bleeding. Synthetic weed is illegal in Florida, and Christopher Kimball, Florida's director of the Office of Medical Marijuana Use, told lawmakers last week it is not being dispensed from licensed facilities. Yet, data shows synthetic cannabis increasingly has led to ER visits in Florida, and a new report says it was a factor in 2/3 of the deaths in the state between 2014 and 2020. Now, that is a lie. I'm going to read you that sentence again, and remember, we're the gunshot murder capital of the world, bro. Florida, we get shootings here every day, probably like every other state does. There's no way that more people died from cannabis than from gunshots. I bet the police killed more people.
Lost a lot of money
in a
with the
year.
Legalization here, they are lowering their price for dispensaries to purchase from them, but it's awesome to be allowed to have 4 plants per house. Patrick John Welder. Is that the same as Delta 8 and Delta 9 that
I don't
they sell
think
here
so.
in Texas?
No, Billy said how they make it, and it's bad, bro. It's bad. They just spray chemicals on some tumbleweed, bro. They just spray chemicals on some shit. It ain't it. Look. I'm going to read you.
OG420 Jr. My friends got sick off of the synthetic
All right, I'm going to
THC
mute the
cartridges.
chat so I can read this. Okay. Okay, this is it. Listen to this. Data shows synthetic cannabis increasingly has led to ER visits in Florida, and a new report, they don't give the source, it just says a new report. It doesn't say study. It doesn't say who the authors are. says it was a factor in 2/3 of the deaths in the state between 2014 and 2020. You notice how they say it was a factor? Okay, we're going to get to that next. It's a real problem for the consumers, said Sullivan of Cresco Labs. What has happened because of the vagueness of the Farm Bill back in 2018 and interpretations of that, it's created kind of a wild, wild west of unlicensed, untested, unregulated products flooding into states. Yeah, well, let us grow our own so we don't have to worry about that, you idiots. Let us protect ourselves by growing our own cannabis. I could supply some for my neighbors, you know? And everybody that grows could supply to their neighbors. And then we don't have to worry about your poisons and people with rat poison and people making synthetic garbage and states having laws that ban the real cannabis and then allowing these people to create synthetic whatever based off of your chemical freaking assertion of what you believe we should be able to ingest. And you end up poisoning us. A lot of local gas stations and cigarette shops are now carrying products that are unlicensed, untested, and have real risk to consumers. There's 2 errors in that statement. I had to read it properly. I don't know who the editor is, but they're a moron for not fixing these words. It just goes to show you the mentality of the idiot that wrote this article. Cindy, dumb bitch. I think that's how you say her last name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. One researcher says legalizing cannabis for adult use could curb some of the activity. A review of National Poison Data System data collected between 2016 and 2019 found states with, listen to this, states with legalized recreational cannabis had 37% fewer poisoning reports for synthetic cannabinoids compared with states with restrictive laws. That's all you need to fucking know right there. I don't need to go on, do I? Do you want me to read that? I'll tell you what. I'm going to read that paragraph to you one more time. It's very short. All right? Listen to it. A review of National Poison Data System data collected between 2016 and 2019 found states with legalized recreational cannabis had 37% fewer poisoning reports for synthetic cannabinoids compared with states with restrictive laws. Now ask yourself this. Why is this dumb fucking cunt that wrote this article only giving you the data from 2019? We're fucking in 2023, you stupid fucking bitch! I bet the numbers are way worse. But this served you better. Fucking 2019 numbers, really? What about today? Make a phone call, you fucking idiot. You're a reporter. Get a fucking source. This study shows some potential public health benefits to the legalization. This study shows some potential public. What? A life expectancy rate of 37% better? That's just some? Really? Lives are saved? Oh, it shows a little bit. I love the wording that this fucking dumb bitch uses. This study shows some potential public health benefits to the legalization and regulation of adult use of cannabis, said co-author Tracy Klein of Washington State University. Fuck you, Tracy. Fuck you, Tracy. Okay, finally. Billy Valentine. We get to our little part here that you are just going to love. You're going to love this. Here we go. Benefits versus risk. When we come to the conclusion of our article and you find out where they harvested this data from, and Billy's going to laugh and laugh and laugh when he hears this. It wasn't babies. The real thing, legally produced cannabis, has its health risks too. That's what it says. It's got health risks. cannabis has health risks. I mean, I guess if I took this jar and I took one of these buds and I shoved it down my throat and I choked on it, yeah, that might be a risk. But can someone point to one of these other things they're talking about? Oh, I love the other one. You know, you could have a rack of like 120,000 pounds of cannabis fall on you. That's a good one. Yeah, man, a bale was up in my attic and it fell down and hit me in the head and snapped my neck. Health risk. No, Destiny, that is not the funniest thing you've ever heard. No. Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. Billy, here we go. The real thing, legally produced cannabis, has its health risks too. Liar. Florida Atlantic University. Oh, from Florida Atlantic University. Big FAU. Never heard of them. Florida Atlantic University. Has anybody ever heard of Florida Atlantic University? They must be real big on studies. Never heard of them, but okay. Florida Atlantic University's Christine E. Lynn College of Nursing. Oh, well, you know, College of Nursing, so that's going to make her a definitive expert on cannabis. You know, because she's a nurse. This sounds like Dr. John Campbell, you know? I wonder if Dr. John Campbell is her tutor, is her mentor. Just released a statewide analysis that shows cannabis can be addictive and potentially cause harm. No, smoking it doesn't have a risk of cancer, you fucking dumbass lying motherfucking cunt bitch. Don't ever come on my show and say fucking cannabis gives you a risk of cancer. Show me one fucking study that proves it, you fucking liar. You fucking liar. Don't ever lie to me again. God, you're an idiot. Listen to my show, bro. Cannabis has no risks. None. And you come in here and say, oh, you get cancer? Oh, you're joking probably, right? Certainly you jest. Show me the fucking body. The person who caught cancer from smoking cannabis. Show me the body. The one person, please. I can't wait. And I'll show you Christopher Reeve's wife, who never smoked anything and died of lung cancer. So, yeah, it was the cannabis, right, bro? God, you fucking just pissed me off, Oracle. Shut the fuck up! Open your fat fucking mouth to me like that again. Look, I haven't even got to the fun part yet. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Stop triggering me. I was like, I've already read through all here. This is where we need to be. Okay. Researchers, are you ready for this? Researchers looked with their eyes. This is, the information. This is where it's coming from. It's from researchers who looked. Okay. Carolyn Hardman is saying cannabis can be very addictive, especially in those teenagers that smoke it 24/7 and say they can't live without it. Oh, really, Carolyn? Is that science? Is that the science? Show me all the teenagers that say they can't live without it, and then I'll take it away from them, and you show me how hard it is for them to get off of it. And you show me Show me the DTs they go through and all the adverse effects that they go through when they can't have it. Now, I ask you this, Carolyn. What are the chances? No, it's not true. Just shut up and listen to me, okay? Just shut up. Listen to me. What are the chances that some of those teenagers have mental issues and the cannabis helps alleviate those mental issues? For instance, ADHD, they might be manic, they could suffer from depression, right? They could have actual clinical problems that cannabis is addressing. Did you ever think about that, Carolyn? No, you didn't. Carolyn, I'm going to go on the internet and talk some stupid shit because I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. And I just let some fucking high old man, that lives in his mother's house fucking put me to shame. Shame on you, Carolyn. Shame on you. I digress. She says, yes, okay, that's why I smoke. Can you act like an adult? I can act like an adult, but you have to act like an adult, okay? And when you came in here and lied, you were acting like a child. So I responded to you like a child, like you deserved to be. When you come in here and you speak the truth to me, and you want to know why I reacted the way I did to my friend, the freaking Oracle? Because he did the same thing. He disrespected me. He came in and he lied to my face. And if there's one thing I fucking hate, it's a fucking liar. And he just said there's a risk of cancer for smoking cannabis. And that is a fucking bald-faced lie. And until he could show me one person who's died of cancer and prove that it was the cannabis that did it, great. Wow. One person, bro. That sounds like a big risk. Where's all the bodies? Where's all the cancer cases? You know how many people smoke cannabis now? Do you know how many people smoke cannabis back in the day? They're still alive. Look at fucking Cheech and Chong, bro. There's some science for you right there. So, like I said, he came in and he fucking lied to me, to my face, and I treated him like the fucking liar that he was. Whether he was trolling and just trying to get a reaction out of me or not. That's the response I'm going to give when I'm reading an article like this. And I promise my audience they're going to have the best goddamn upload I've done in fucking weeks. Maybe even months. This show right here. I promised him that this morning. And I'm going to give it to him. I know that's all right as well. Who died of lung cancer and never smoked a day in their life or was never around smoke? It's not necessarily smoke that causes lung cancer. Lung cancer can be caused by countless things. It's not just all kinds of toxins cause cancer. But the one thing that doesn't cause cancer is cannabis. And to sit there and act like you're a fucking scientist on my live stream, you're going to have to show me a fucking body. Fuck your study, because all these studies are bullshit. They're all done by fucking liars that have a goddamn motive, money motive. Doesn't matter if it's to pass legislation or it's to sell you whatever their product is. And if a freaking Oracle lives in Canada and doesn't even fucking realize that, well, I'm here to educate him on it. And goddamn it, when he sticks his finger in that socket, it's going to fucking hurt. I'm going to make sure of it. He's not going to do it again. He's going to learn real quick. He's going to go off, going to go Google shit. Oh, I found a study. I found this. I found that. Look, see, this one says that. I've seen them too, bro. And they're all lies because none of them produce bodies. None of them. Oh, well, there's an increased risk. Really? When somebody tells me I'm having a lung issue or whatever, guess what? They're always fucking smoking. First one in the chat that gets it wins. Well, my girlfriend heard Cyber Reload's cough. You know what she told me? She said that's not a good thing. That is really, really bad. I said he's smoking. No, Oracle, stop it with that. I love you, bro. I'm sorry to jump on you like that, but you're coming from a place of ignorance and where someone has lied to you. Someone has lied to you. Inhaling anything doesn't cause cancer, bro. I'm inhaling air right now. I'm not getting cancer from it. Not everybody dies of cancer. You know, I know people, my father, he's God, how old's my dad now? 91 years old. He doesn't have cancer. You know, he used to smoke cigarettes too when he was younger. You know, look at Jimmy Carter, bro. Look at President Jimmy Carter, 98 years old. He doesn't have cancer. He's been inhaling stuff his whole life. He's been around all kinds of toxins and shit. It's not like cancer is the cause of all deaths. That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you. They say it contains carcinogens, and they're wrong, bro. They're wrong. That's what they say. They say it causes cancer. It's got carcinogens. Well, they would only be carcinogens if they were causing cancer. So show me the cancer cases. If there's carcinogens, well, they're at a level that won't cause cancer in humans ever. Oh, is that how many carcinogens we're inhaling? You mean the same carcinogens we inhale in the air every day when I'm walking down the street, inhaling car exhaust or the fumes from a fucking forest fire that's burning a state over? You might if you're in Ohio, crash zone, right? Or if you're next to the Ohio... Yes, Carolyn, yes. Or if you're near the Ohio train disaster that Pete Buttigieg thinks that it's okay if we have 1,000 of those every year. It's okay. He's too busy being a father to his, another father to his baby. So important that he's not at work. You know, hey man, there's already a father there, bro. You don't need to be there with the baby. There's already a father there. You could be at work. You could have been fixing this shit. 3 months, 4 months maternity leave? Really, Pete? But really, Pete? Really, Pete? Wow, Peter? Wow. Really, Peter? 3 months, 4 months maternity leave? Really, Pete? Maybe take the baby to the goddamn crash site if it's so safe, you fucking piece of shit. Then you can get your job done. You go through so much emotion watching. I know. I told my audience. I told them when we started, I said, this is going to be one of those shows. I said, so share it around. Get people here that want to be here for the live. And I promise you, Billy Ballantyne, how's this for choking it off, bro? I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to do the big reveal. Are you ready? Within the hour. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get my glasses. Asbestos. Okay, here it is. Remember, Florida Atlantic University's Christine E. Lynn College of Nursing just released a statewide analysis that shows cannabis can be addictive and potentially cause harm. Here it is, Billy. Researchers looked at deaths in Florida associated with cannabis. They used Florida Department of Law Enforcement data from 2014 to 2020 and discovered 386 people died in Florida as a result of cannabis use. Comma, mostly as a result of car accidents. Wait. Adi. What'd you just say? Wait. You said it was cannabis use, but then you said, no, it was their head smashing through a fucking windshield that killed them. Was it the fact that they weren't wearing a seatbelt that killed them? Was it the fact that they were also using alcohol that killed them? Was it the fact that somebody else was negligent and ran them the fuck over while they were using cannabis that killed them? And why is the number so low? So, you could only find 386 of these deaths? From how many years? From 2014 to 2020. That's 6 years. over a period of 6 years, you could only find 386 deaths that you could relate, not caused by, you fucking cunt lying motherfuckers. Oh. No. No! You fucking lie! Don't let these cunts fucking lie to you. Alright? Those people didn't die from cannabis use. And it was over a period of 6 years. And it was less than 400 people that died. And they may have been high or may not have been high while driving a car. And they may have died behind the wheel, but that may not have been because of the fact that they were using cannabis. That may have been the fact that they weren't wearing a seatbelt, somebody ran them over, somebody else was negligent, or maybe they were consuming alcohol, or maybe they were high on meth, or maybe they were on pain medication, or maybe they had a heart attack behind the wheel. But all you could come up with was less than 400 over 6 years? You've got over 1 million people using it? You got 700,000 people using it legally, paying their pittance for you greedy cunts. While you sit there and lie the state records and attribute deaths to cannabis? Pigs kill more people in 1 year. I challenge you. Pigs, fucking Florida pigs, kill more people in 1 year than cannabis has killed in 100 in the whole country. I challenge anybody, fucking A, prove me wrong. The cannabis didn't kill anybody. It was something else. They were wearing a shirt when they died. Oh, it was shirts! You gotta get rid of the shirts! No, don't worry, I'm not gonna take my shirt off, ladies. It's cool. I'm gonna leave it on. Oh, the shirts. They were wearing shirts. No, they were wearing sunglasses. That's what it was. They were wearing sunglasses. It's the sunglasses that are killing them. I rest my case. Billy Ballantyne. I muted my whole system here. There we go. Billy Ballantyne.
Destiny LaPlante.
It was car deaths.
Tempting us with a good time.
It was people that they could find that tested positive for cannabis. Oh, by the way, that's a 30 days.
Coins.
Oh,
LMAO.
they could have used the cannabis
Sure,
5
they do
days
every
ago.
time.
It's still going to show up in their blood, and they're going to attribute that death. How many of those people weren't even high when they were driving? Just had it in their
You're on a
bloodstream.
roll today, nay, so passionate about cannabis.
Bro.
Love you, T. Carolyn Hardman. Same goes for guns. Don't kill people.
Don't say
people
guns.
Kill people.
Don't say guns. Don't say guns unless you got them. Unless you got them locked and loaded.
Carolyn Hardman. Truth.
Billy Ballantyne. When you scrape yourself off the floor from still laughing, get with me on this one. Please. It was car deaths, and you cannot relate cannabis to car deaths. You just can't. I just showed you how many different ways. Of course it wasn't the cannabis that killed anybody. So this article, all misinformation and full of racism and lies and bullshit. And this stupid cunt, she gets paid to lie to you. But I digress. Wait, there's more in the article, right? Let's read it to the end.
Kathy Redmond. You made my day handsome.
Hey, Kathy. My pleasure. People need to know marijuana use is not 100% safe or therapeutic, said Armiel Suryaga, PhD. Dude, I'm smarter than a fucking PhD. You guys are watching the right show. There is a guy with a PhD that knows less about cannabis than me. The guy that lives in his mom's house and smokes cannabis 3 times a day so he can do a podcast with, a handful of people watching, and I appreciate all
Billy
of you being here.
Ballantyne. So cannabis is really the news if you're stupid. Same as cement mixers. I'm never going outside again. Ha 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 ha.
I mean, they might as well said it was
OG
from babies.
420 Jr.
They could have just taken any data,
I love
anything, and just, they could have just said, oh, the baby got into this or whatever. They could have just done it with anything. And they picked cars, and they tried to relate it, and it's unrelatable. It's not even relatable because there's no way to prove it, that those people were under the influence of cannabis when the accident occurred, especially when, the cannabis shows up in your bloodstream 30 days after you smoked it. Everybody knows that. Sometimes up to 60 days. And trust me, you're not getting the effects of cannabis 2 hours later, 4 hours later.
Destiny
There's no way
Laporte.
that it's going to impair your
Love
driving.
the stupidity.
I'll do bong hits while I drive. I'll do dabs while I drive. I'll smoke a big fat doobie while I drive. I'll be fine. I'm going 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. When I'm high or not high, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to lose control of the car all of a sudden because all of a sudden I smoke. I can't. It doesn't happen. And if it was happening, there'd be a whole bunch of fucking car accidents with lit doobies on the corpse. Oh, the doobie must burn itself out completely. That's what it is. The doobie burns away into nothing. Because cannabis is magical. It's evil. Cannabis is evil. I digress. Wait. Let me just finish what this PhD I got. I just told you I'm smarter than a PhD. Let me at least finish reading to prove it. Senior author of the study of an assistant professor at FAU's.
Billy Valentine.
FAU's. It's the same college.
Cannabis is so deadly.
Florida
you can set it on
Atlantic.
fire and shove it up
Look,
your anus. Can cause anus burns.
Can we find what Florida Atlantic University is, please? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a research university.
Where?
Tina Holler.
Okay. When
I
was
so
it?
wish your lives were geared more towards cannabis daily.
Where's it located? How many students does it have? How big is the?
It's in Boca Raton, a satellite campus in Diana Beach, Fort Lauderdale.
How many? Does it say how many students?
Carolyn Hardman.
Belongs to 12.
I'm light all the time
graduation
when
rate.
I'm not. People think something up.
Doesn't say the amount of students.
Pedro Wilhelm. I think chat is better muted.
Does it say what year they started? Thanks for looking this up.
Takes a second to load on my phone.
What do they got there? A nice website or something?
Yeah, they got a website.
Does
yeah.
the campus
One of
look
those-
nice?
It's a college. I mean, it's a public university.
I mean, does it look like a
It's
big,
nice, yeah.
big ass, awesome, fucking huge place, or
No.
no?
It's,
I got to see this.
no.
I got to see this.
Destiny LaPlante.
I mean, it's got a nice campus for sure, but it's
4,350
nothing
students.
that's-
What? 4,350 students? Really?
Yeah.
They're fucking tiny. Okay, they're nobody.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
why
a-
I've never heard of them
like a
before.
state-
I mean,
Exactly, yeah.
Florida State University
It belongs to 12
student.
campus state university system program. Yeah, it's state university.
You know how much Florida State has? 45,000 students at Florida State. And Florida State is one of the smaller colleges. Well, let me correct myself. Florida Atlantic makes them look gigantic. So anyway, they're nobody. They're in Boca Raton, which means they're funded by rich people. That's what Boca is. Boca's like the wealthiest place in the state of Florida. In fact, they make Mar-a-Lago look like the fucking slum in Boca. Just so you guys know. This is serious money. That college is funded by serious money. And I'll tell you what it is. It's just so their rich little kids can get their stupid little PhDs and hang them on their stupid little fucking $1 million home walls. So when their fucking $1 million parents come over, they can look at their little fucking PhD on the wall. That's all that is. So, and they can get published in the Orlando Sentinel with lies, misinformation, and completely unsourced and everything that's disprovable by just common reasoning by a guy that lives in his mom's house. I mean, I'm smarter than a PhD. I'm smarter than a whole university team that put this together. So, there you go. I mean, it ain't about the IQ, folks. It's about, can you just reason through it? Can you look at it and go, wait, man, I mean, I'm not a scientist or nothing, but, you You're telling me that every human being came from Noah and his wife and his 3 freaking kids? You know? Come on. We're every single one of us? Because the whole world was wiped out? You know, it's the same thing. You're just like, you're telling me that these 400 people that died in car accidents, that you were able to determine that there was cannabis in their system, were you able to determine that they were high when they were driving? That they were under the influence of the cannabis when they were driving?
Destiny LaPlante.
None of that's addressed here. I'm
Started
smarter than
in
you.
1964, and adjuation rate is 57%.
Yeah, it started in 1964. They've been around a while. But the fact that there's so few students there, it just shows how they haven't grown. And they've had all this time, you know, to become huge, and they're small and they're tiny. And they're fucking nothing. And, well, their students come out, they get PhDs, and they lie. You know, this is fucking lying. I'm proving this shit. I mean, is anybody disagreeing with me in the audience? Feel free. I mean, somebody did. She tried to argue with me, and I explained it to her. This is why, you know, kids, you know, are claiming, you know, they can't live without their cannabis. They're probably treating their own, you know, maladies, things that they have wrong with them. I know that I do. You know, 3 times a day, man, that's when I take my medicine. 3 times a day, I use my cannabis, and I do it every day, and I do it for a reason. And it works for me. And I'm sure if it works for me, it's going to work for a 14 or a 15-year-old kid too. And if they have an issue like me, whether it's rage or rage, you know, they can use cannabis to calm down with. So here, let me keep going.
Rage.
Okay. Senior study assistant professor at FAU's Christine E. Lynn College of Nursing. Christine E. Lynn. Okay. It affects the brain and can impair judgment. Okay, well, that's true. Okay. That's one of the first true statements
Carolyn Hardman.
I've seen in the article.
I'm calm now. I just smoked one.
Oh, cool. I'm going to join you. All right. Jiminy, let's smoke a bong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get up in that
Yeah.
chimney, son. The chimney, we're going to do the chimney sweep. Yo, with
Carolyn
Jiminy.
Hardman. Sweet light up.
Carolyn, cheers.
Carolyn Hardman. Cheers.
Destiny, cheers. Everyone that's over on the Rumble Sphere, thanks for joining over there, guys. Cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
No law regarding cannabis. I say it and I mean it.
OG 420 Jr. Cheers all trendies. D. Robin. Cheers.
It's always going to be backdoor Robin now.
Destiny LaPlante. Cheers. Tina Holler. Cheers, nay.
All right, let's get through this. Yeah, so what he said here that I agree with is it affects the brain and can impair judgment. That's true, but, you know, it can do it in negative and positive ways. It can make you think outside the box. It can help you if you've got a problem and, you know, you can't seem to solve it and you get high and all of a sudden, oh man, I never would have thought of that if I hadn't gotten high. It can help people be more creative. It can help you write music. It can help you be more social in an environment where you might feel, you know, uncomfortable. Sometimes smoking a little cannabis can make you feel, it can open you up.
What are y'all smoking on?
But it can also introvert you. You know, it can make you want to turn away from people. You can get panicky. You can get a panic attack from it. You know, you can get a rash from it. Sometimes I smoke cannabis and I get a rash. It's not that bad. I take the oil, I put it on, it goes away immediately. I put cannabis on the rash caused by cannabis. It goes away immediately. You know, it doesn't happen that often, but every once in a while, you know, usually around my hand or something, I'll get like a weird itch after smoking cannabis. This is it for me. You know, I guess other people are going to be different. Everyone's going to react a little differently. But until you have a study, you know, showing that these effects are resulting in people dying, you're going to have a hard time getting this past people like me, because I've got 30 people paying attention to me right now. So that's 30 more people that are now aware of your lies. Orlando Sentinel, you know, this is, you know, you start with this and then you finish with cannabis is killing people. The actual cannabis is killing people. This is unnecessary. You don't need to do this. And people like her, Cindy, that doesn't supply sources and doesn't do good work, she should be fired, and you should hire somebody better. You know, she can write a lot of words, good for her. She wrote a lot of words. A lot of these words are fucking lies. So impaired judgment, right? Suryaga said he also found about 12.6% of deaths in Florida from cannabis involved cardiovascular related illnesses. So right now, he says there's deaths from cannabis. That's what he just said. So that's a lie. Then he says of those deaths, 12.6% of them involved cardiovascular related illnesses. And I say this to him: is it possible that the cardiovascular illnesses, that those 12.6% was the actual cause of their death? That those 12.6% people suffered from? Could that have been the reason they died, not the cannabis? And the 100% that you're referring to that died from cannabis, are you telling me those are the people from the car accidents? You are, aren't you? He is. 386 people died in Florida as a result of cannabis use. So he took that lie, right? And then extrapolated the data from all of those people, found some people that had heart disease, and was trying to say that cannabis was causing the heart disease in those people. It's not even relatable. It's not even relatable.
Tina Holler. My forearms break out in a rash when I'm in my cannabis garden. Goes away.
I know people.
But still.
I know people who consume sugar like water, right? They're horribly overweight. They're in really bad shape, and they smoke cannabis. Do you think that when those people die, do you think this guy's going to say it was the cannabis that killed them? Because I guarantee you they're going to have it in their system. They will be high when they die. I guarantee you. These people are high 24/7. So they're going to have it in their system. Does that mean the cannabis killed them? Let me finish. It can trigger... okay. He's after that sentence of 12.6% of deaths in Florida from cannabis involved cardiovascular related illnesses. In quotes, it says, it can trigger a heart attack because marijuana can cause inflammation of the heart. Now, my buddy's father died of a heart attack when we were younger, you know. And his father got high all the time. And he said to me, dude, do you think it was the cannabis that caused my dad's heart attack? And I said, no, bro, not at all. He was like, okay. You know, it just, you're going to believe what the scientists and the doctors and the articles tell you. This data was taken from car accident victims. They don't want us to remember that. These people died in car accidents, and they're trying to say that they had cardiovascular damage due to the fact that they used cannabis. Let me ask you guys a question. You guys have been watching me for 8-10 years on this podcast. You have seen my body get better. You've seen me lose weight, get more muscular, get healthier. And you see me smoking cannabis constantly. how does that jive? How does my little anecdotal story here jive with all of this? And hopefully I inspire you guys to not be couch potatoes.
Billy Ballantyne.
You know?
I get a considerable rash after I roll around vigorously in dry cannabis stems.
Me too. Okay, so let me finish. Once again, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Here.
Tina Holler. Nope, another lie opens up the bronchial tubes.
The Florida findings mirror larger scale research completed 5 years ago from 21 observational studies involving 240,000 participants. Ooh.
Tina Holler. It's good for asthma as well.
William Checkley, who participated in that research on the health effects of recreational and therapeutic cannabis use, says a committee of experts found cannabis can help people with chronic pain and chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting, but it is not without
Tina
risk.
Holler. Indeed we have.
Yeah, you're right. It is better if I mute it, man. People are just rude when I'm trying to read. People who use cannabis prior to driving are 22% more likely to get into an accident, he said. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. People who use cannabis prior to driving are 22% more likely to get into an accident, he said. Was that science? Is that science, bro? Checkley, an associate professor of medicine at Johns Hopkins University, said his research also found a correlation, right? With pot smoking. Yeah, they use that word. This is the scientist talking to you now. Pot smoking. That's the scientific term, you know, because he's a PhD dickhead. And respiratory issues. Oh yeah, there's a correlation between pot smoking and respiratory issues. And heavy users reported increased thoughts of suicide and depression. Maybe that's why they're heavy users? Because they suffer from thoughts of suicide and depression? This is so easy. I could take that, man. If this were chess, you know, I would have checkmated them a half hour ago. This is like, I don't know, turning insult into injury. Is there anything else here I can destroy before the last, you know, couple of sentences? I wonder. Still, cannabis is one of the few industries in the world that grew during the pandemic, and in Florida, people continue to turn to it for help with their medical conditions. That's it. You know, oh, it's the industry. It's the industry. Once again, you know, I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. I know a lot of you are thinking this right now. What they really are trying to tell you is that people are dying from cannabis use. That's what they're trying to say. Ooh. Hello, everybody. Sophisticated A reporting in, yes? For a bong rip for all of you. Perhaps you were thinking we're sophisticated, nay? Perhaps I was on a little vacay, chilling out elsewhere. How are you going to get into an accident by driving in a circle at 6 miles per hour? I cannot hear you. You must have pissed him off. What did you do? What did you do, people? What did you do? I hear someone breathing in the background. It sounds evil. What is this creature at my feet?
So cute, man. Arnold's.
It's like Harles. It's a kitty cat named Harles. He's warm and fuzzy, isn't he? Jim, to you, cheers. Billy, cheers. And to everyone else in the Rumble Sphere, cheers. We lost the Rumble Sphere, I see.
Can you stop yelling? When you were yelling, there was like 30-something people in here.
Oh, he yells so much,
Weird.
doesn't he? He's quite the yeller. He needs to learn to be calm. He needs to learn to be calm like sophisticated Nay. There's no talking to that beast. Okay, cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. No Laurie, whatever he says, cheers.
Yes?
What the fuck? What they're doing fucking bong it. I don't even remember lighting it up. You know, they make that synthetic cannabis. They spray chemicals on it. And they try to compete with people like, you know, Big Jim and me and Dino and 100 other people I know in California that grow, whose cannabis is so good. When you see what these other places have to offer, it's a it's like pathetic sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't roll that up in doobies and give it to people on the street, man, because I know it would hurt them. It's not healthy for them. I'd throw it in the garbage. I told my girlfriend, I said, take this back. Don't smoke that. Take it back. Get your money back. And tell them what's wrong with it, you know? This is fucking pathetic. And the fact that that growers are able to produce this just by planting a seed in the ground and using really good nutrients, having the sun or nice light, and understanding the conditions and understanding the flushing process. And, you know, doing it with love instead of doing it out of greed. And you know, some of the stuff that comes out of dispensaries is really good here in Florida. But
Billy
it
Valentine.
might be hit or miss. You know?
Yeah, LOL. Cost me $100 once. Had an amp hooked up to Kicker 12s, and he got depressed, so I had to crank it to hear you. Then you started yelling, and the cone flew out of the speaker. I have to listen to you with adaptive volume on bone induction now to prevent accidents.
Oh my god.
Bone induction.
That's funny. So the whole market's down right now. I'm looking at that. It's down low. Bitcoin's at 24.5. on a falling wedge pattern. Could be a giant inverse head and shoulders pattern forming.
B. D. Robin. They barely flush it here.
This, if it's forming, this would be the head forming right now. It's already formed a shoulder, and this is the bottom of the head. And if it goes back up and then comes back down and forms another shoulder, that'd be great.
B. D. Robin. It's all profit. OG 420 Jr. I mean PH.
Oh.
Don't do it, Lightning. Don't do it. It's really nice outside, I can tell. So I put some stuff up on Twitter this morning from CNN. So, like I said yesterday, they're just promoting Biden in Ukraine, and they're promoting Biden in Poland, and nonstop just talking about that. And they get this guy on, and he says, he's the ambassador to Ukraine from America. Okay? It's the American ambassador to Ukraine. Right? He's on CNN this morning. And what he said, I was just like, it's the way they're appealing for America and the rest of the world. What he said was Russia went in to Ukraine completely unprovoked. They just invaded Ukraine, and it was an act of war, and it was completely unprovoked. The way he said it, I was like, dude, you can't say that. You can't say that anymore. Everybody knows the history now. Everybody knows why Putin did what he did. And you know what I did? I pulled a map of NATO countries surrounding Russia. It's all NATO countries.
The freaking Oracle.
NATO.
Have you ever heard of cannabis-induced anxiety?
Yeah, bro. I have. I've got a really good friend, right? His name is God, I haven't talked to him in so long. I'll remember his name in a second. But he used to come over and buy cannabis from me, right? And
Tina Holler. Cannabis has so many medicinal purpose, although it isn't a cure-all. It does provide a better quality of life for many. My husband had severe COPD in the 3rd stage. Cannabis oil gave him a better quality of life, and he lived 3 more years. He died on April 20th.
oh, I'm sorry, Tina. I'm glad that cannabis helped him while he was alive. So, my buddy, his name's Mason. And he would come over. He would get cannabis from me, and him and I had an understanding. He was gonna sit in my living room. He was gonna smoke a bong rip, right? And then he was gonna have to go outside and go for a walk. And then he'd come back when the panic attack went away. Every time he smoked. He knew it was going to happen, and it always did happen, and he's one of those people that had cannabis-induced anxiety. So yes, I'm very familiar with that. I always say, cannabis isn't for everybody that wants to, necessarily smoke it like I do it. Not necessarily. But I can always say, Mason could always put this on a cut, or if he had athlete's foot, if he had psoriasis, or if he had some kind of a sore in his mouth or anything. It doesn't matter. This will go on everything. It'll make everything heal up so fast. It's miracle oil. So, smoking it might not be for everybody, but definitely using it topically is. And somebody told me they were allergic, they couldn't have coconut oil on their skin. So they were like, I'm going to use, they had an alternative oil. And they did it, and they said it was fine. They gave me I did it. They gave me the oil. It was, cocoa butter, and I mixed it for her. I put a little oil in, I put in a little bit. That's too much. I don't want to put it too much on.
The freaking Oracle. The native reserves here sell 1 ounce for $50, and it's amazing.
God, dude. Man, ounces used to be $350, bro. Back in the day.
Yep.
Today it's amazing. Prices come way down, and they would come down even more. People could grow at home. Why did the phone only ring one time? Uh-oh. Headline: Russia is suspending participation in nuclear arms treaty. And, the United States is encouraging other countries to send weapons to the people that Russia is fighting. I don't blame them one bit. They're like, you're stepping it up? Okay, we can step it up too. At the risk of, nuclear Armageddon. Nuclear Armageddon.
Tina Holler. Cannabis oil is life.
Cannabis oil is life. Dude, I think we're going to form, I am calling way ahead of a freaking Head and Shoulders pattern, guys. Look at this. I saw this forming. Look at this. Shoulder, head. It was down here when I called it. Shoulder, head. So I expect this to go up a little bit more and then drop again and form another one of these. This is Bitcoin, guys. Shoulder, head on a falling wedge pattern, right? So we're on a falling wedge pattern. It went wow, wow, then it went wow, wow. So shoulder head, shoulder head,
Billy Ballantyne.
shoulder head.
Yeah, when I met my wife, my specialty dish was a Hawaiian barbecue pig roast, so I made it for her, shot the pig, stuffed it with pineapples, and roast it. Her head swelled up twice the size. Neither of us knew she was allergic to pineapple. $300 dinner to the dogs.
That's fucking weird, dude.
Your head swell up. Oh my god.
That must have been. Did you get a picture of that swollen pig head, bro? Billy's gonna be like, dude, I'm not talking about the pig. I'm talking about my wife's head swell up twice the size. She's allergic to pineapples. I'm like, dude, that's fucked up. Shoulder head. Shoulder head. I don't know what the fuck this is. This could be massive. This could be shoulder, head, shoulder. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Inverse. This is a beautiful one, actually. This is Binance. So dude, it is his wife's head. Your wife's allergic to pineapples, bro, and you guys didn't know it? I'm sorry.
Or what? Oh no.
Oh my god. I read what he said again, and if you read it, I mean, he's talking about his wife. I thought he was talking about the pig. I don't think the sex of the pig would really be
Relevant. Okay.
Yeah, because he says neither of us knew she was allergic to pineapple. I don't know, bro. I don't know if he's talking about the pig or he's talking about his wife. I've read it 5 times and I'm reading it 20 different ways. I don't know, bro.
Hey, why are we doing
You're
that?
gonna have to tell us, bro. Whose head swolled up, man? Who's allergic
Obviously.
to pineapples? Was it the pigs?
The pig
The dude after the pig was dead, it had an allergic reaction. Is what you're telling me?
Oh.
Come on, man. What's up? There's just so many questions. We have so many questions right now.
Yeah. And they're important, too. Need them answered immediately. It's not gonna say shit.
Billy Ballantyne. It's the bromine in the pineapple. Tons of people are allergic to it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the dead pig was allergic to pineapple. Sure.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
Kind of stupid now, because yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah.
He's just letting me sit here and flail on my fucking show. Laughing at me. Why do you make me suffer so, Billy? It's like, I'm sorry, I'm building a freaking platinum god for somebody in some castle somewhere. They want to hang it from their chandelier. Psh. Unreal. Yeah, nobody's even doing that anymore, pal. I think the Mossad crept in here and stuck something in my bowl. Some sort of narcotic. I'm feeling quite sleepy. It was the goddamn Mossad. No, thank you. I'm saving you all from the news right now because it's all stupid. You're welcome. Oh, Don Lemon to return to CNN will undergo formal training following sexist comments, network boss says. Oh, I guess they just suspended him for a week. He couldn't handle the woman that they've had on there as a replacement. She's horrible.
Formal training.
Tina Holler.
Bye, Tina.
Peace out, Nay and Trendies. Have a great day.
You too.
Stay lifted. Really enjoyed your live today.
Thank you.
More cannabis-related lives, please. Billy Valentine. LOL, I actually am building a crystal geode skull for someone right now. You know me.
I knew you were building some crazy thing for some crazy person somewhere.
I thought I was gonna think. I thought he was gonna make some sort of like a saw or some sort of weapon or something. What's that called?
Opinion. Whatever. I said opinion.
Billy Valentine. I made a bull hook to lead elephants and some tools, no weapons though. Oh wait, I've made over 100 guillotines.
That's what I was thinking of. Guillotine.
Venice canals run dry amid fears Italy faces another drought. Wow. Wow, dude. Weeks of dry winter weather have raised concerns that Italy could face another drought after last summer's emergency, with the Alps having received less than half of their normal snowfall, according to scientists and environmental groups. The warning comes as Venice, where flooding is normally the primary concern, faces unusually low tides that are making it impossible for gondolas, water taxis, and ambulances to navigate some of its famous canals. The problems in Venice are being blamed on a combination of factors: the lack of rain, high pressure system, a full moon, and sea currents. Italian rivers and lakes are suffering from severe lack of water, some environmental group said Monday, with attention focused on north of the country. Italy's longest river, which runs from the Alps in the northwest of the Adriatic, has 61% less water than is normal at this time of year. Last July, Italy declared a state of emergency for areas surrounding that river, which accounts for roughly a third of the country's agricultural production, and suffered its worst drought for 70 years. We need to recover 500 millimeters in the northwestern regions. We need 50 days of rain. Water levels on Lake Garda in northern Italy have fallen to record lows, making it possible to reach the small island of San Biagio on the lake via an exposed pathway. I wish they had a picture of that. An anticyclone has been dominating the weather in Western Europe for 15 days, bringing mild temperatures more normally seen late spring. Latest weather forecasts do ever signal the arrival of much needed precipitation and snow in the Alps in coming days. Whatever. Opinion, whatever. This is the opinion piece. Biden just destroyed Putin's last hope. Opinion. Yeah, whatever. So I guess that Jack from Twitter, the dude that started Twitter, he's got something called NOSTR. No? Nostar? NOSTR. Alec Baldwin scores win in Rust fatal shooting case as DA drops firearm enhancement. All right, well, listen, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next show.